What's up guys, this is Janemba, and today I'm gonna show you how I made this diorama. So both the road and the sidewalk is made of foam core. You just want to remove the paper to expose the foam underneath. So then you just want to cut it to fit your base. Just make sure that the sidewalk is slightly higher than the road. So here I am adding some plaster on the sidewalk. I add a bit more water to smooth it down. I used a resin 3D printer to print these out. I super glue them down on popsicle sticks. I then spray painted them black. Here are the main base colors I used to paint them. I used a matte white and black to change the tones. So here you can see I have my 3 tones of paint for the skin setup. So the first tone is just regular tanned flesh, and the second tone I just added a little bit of white, and for the third tone I just add even more white. So each tone just gets lighter in color. So here I am adding the base color. So this will be the first tone of paint, which will be just regular tanned flesh. So now I am beginning to add the second tone of color. I only add it in the raised parts of the body, like the forearm and the bicep. So now I am adding the final tone. So I basically just add a dot in the middle of the second tone we added. So then I add some blood to the feet, hands, and mouth. This last step isn't necessary, but I added a couple coats of this yellow wash. So here you can see the difference between the two. I personally like the one with the wash better. So here you can see some more examples, so you could choose for yourself whether you want the one with the wash or without it. So now that the plaster has dried, it's time to sand. I didn't sand it completely flat because I still wanted the crevices and cracks to be there. I then used a toothpick to make some dents in the foam. I then added a brown wash to everything. I then added some random spots of a light brown wash. I then dry brushed a dark gray color. I then dry brushed a brown color. I then put a masking tape on the road so I won't get any paint on it. I then stippled on a light gray color with a sponge. I then added a thicker wash in the cracks and crevices. So now I am going to prepare to add the yellow lines in the road. So I am adding this car here to get an idea where the lines should go. The second line was slightly thicker, but it's hard to tell. So I added a rust color as the base color. You guys can use whatever rust color you guys have. So then I added a black wash wherever there is a crevice. I then add a brown wash on top of the black wash we already added, and this will tone down the black wash. I then stipple on some brown paint with this really crappy brush. Make sure to brush off most of the paint, and this will give you the little dot effect. So here I am adding the same technique but with black paint. And for the final step, I dry brush a metallic gray color. So I painted this trash can with a light gray color, then I added a brown wash. So now I am going to add some fine sand. As you can see, I am adding glue to the corners, and that's so that the sand won't fall off. So now it's time to glue everything down. So this time I will be using tacky glue. I would normally use super glue, but I can't this time because the super glue will melt the foam. So now I am gluing down the zombies. I also glue them down with tacky glue. So finally I added some blood on the road. I mostly add it around the zombies, but also in some random spots. So I was going to add some cardstock around the base to make it look nice, but I ran out of time and I have to get this video out, so I will have to do it off camera. Anyway, that's all for this video. I'll see you next week. Peace.